Alright YouTube, back with another video talking about the aquascape of the 100 gallon. Not really 100 gallons of total water probably more like 80. But anywho, we're going to talk about aquascapes. Aquascapes to me are the most important part of setting up any tank, man, because you take this tank, man, I set up the aquascape without corals, and I was like, well, if I can just look at the rocks bare bone and be happy, I'm definitely probably going to keep this tank up for a long time, and that's what you got to do, I think. If you like the rock structure without coils, you're going to love it with coils. So when I set up this rock structure, I set it up in a way that I just loved it, man. Like, I truly love this rock structure. And I only could go so high. I wish I could have went more vertical, but I got an acrylic tank, and with the way the tops are made, it's hard to get and clean stuff that's too high without knocking it over. So this is what I came up with, which I truly love, And my thing is, when you're doing your aquascape, you got to think about the biggest fish you're going to have, right? It's like that one fish you know you want and it's going to be in your tank no matter what. So if it's a big fish, you need to make at least one, if not all of your rock structures, have a huge cave where the fish can get to keep with the scaling of the tank. So for me, I knew it would be the orangeback wrasse. So as you can see over here, I made these caves pretty nice size. And it just fits with the scaling. And you really got to do that. You really got to think about stuff like that when you're doing it. And depth doesn't show well once you put water in the tank, but when you aquascape without the water, you really take into account depth, right? This mountain is like middle of the road. This starts at the front, goes at an angle, and slopes, so you can see all of the corals on it. And this is going to be my vertical bonsai tree. As you can see, it got the little left ledge up high there. And then I put a little rock out here that's going to grow like the frog spawn tree. So yeah, I mean, it's worth taking the time to really do a nice aquascape that you like without corals. But when you add corals, you can think of ways to enhance the aquascape. Like, I didn't want anything growing off of this, so that's why it's going to be all mushrooms pretty much and close growing stuff. I wanted this to be all polyp, but when you get back to the top where the Duncan coral is, I just wanted it to be a huge swaying bunch of tentacles pretty much. And I knew I was going to have some kind of hard coral up here to grow out that structure, because I didn't have any rock that would fit that bill. So as this grows out, even if it dies, it becomes rock and useful. So I can put, depending on how it branch out, it's going to be nice, period. So I can put star polyp on that or anything and let it grow over it if it dies. So it's another piece of rock that's just growing live to the tank. And you just got to, you think about small stuff like that when you do your aquascape, but I think definitely take your time to do the aquascape right. And I do mine not leaning on anything, right? So not leaning up against any glass, because I ain't a fan of that, But if you are a fan of that, make your shit the best looking aquascape that leans up against the glass. Ain't no right or wrong, at the end of the day, you got to look at your tank, so look at your tank and be happy, man, because that's what you got to do, man. You got to make the tank so you like it, because you're going to look at it more than anybody else, so definitely do that. But you got to take into account, cleaning the aquarium and everything, man. So I got to be able to reach the size of these aquariums, so I got to think about that with this acrylic top, which I'm about to show you in a minute. So here go the acrylic tops. And as you can see, that lip is huge. So, imagine getting your hand and trying to clean the side, and you got to come in and twist it like this to get to the side. It's really hard to clean like that. So that's why my aquascape isn't as tall as it would be if I didn't have this type of a top on my tank. Because the more vertical your aquascape, I think the deeper your tank look. The more space it looks like it has. Like, most people in this probably gonna be like, damn, that's a 40 gallon, but it's not a 40 gallon, you know what I mean? So, alright, I'm gonna show y'all some close-ups of the coils and stuff, some macro shots, because I've never done that before. I'm just let y'all check it out. So be back in 1 sec. There goes my anemone crab. My macro button ain't working like I thought it would. See him down there hanging on his anemones. Go another anemone, pink and green. Yeah, freaky. Orange back wrasse. Orange plate. Red spots. Gorgonia growing in the back. Chalk bass. And these carpet anemones look way better under blue light only. That's some frog spawn I'm keeping for some people. I know. Then you got this little cave thing over here. There go my fighting conch. Look at them big eyes sticking out the sand. Cool little dude. So yeah, I mean, take into consideration your aquascape when you do your tank. Like, take your time, however much time. If you don't like it, don't go with it. Don't be like, oh, this shit's okay, so I'm gonna let it rock. Nah. When you look at it and be like, damn, that's my shit, I can't stop looking at it. That's when you're done. So that's all I got to say for that in aquascaping. I'm pretty sure I left something out because I don't write shit down, but yeah. Alright, YouTube, till next video. Peace.